Good afternoon and welcome to the Australian Food Super Annual Member Meeting for the 2024-2025 financial year, the year our fund celebrated 40 years of looking after members' retirement outcomes. My name is Justine Hayes and I am the New South Wales Client Service Manager for Australian Food Super. I can confirm that we have a quorum of Australian Food Super directors joining us online today, as well as our auditor from EY, and so can now call this annual member meeting officially open. On behalf of Australian Food Super, I would like to thank all the members who have joined us today, and I would like to acknowledge the Kimalroy and Gomeroi people, traditional custodians of the land of which I'm speaking from today, and to pay my respects to the Indigenous elders and their communities across all the lands from which we are gathering today. The agenda for today provides an update on what your fund has been doing over the past 12 months to the end of June 2025, covering investments, client services, and operational change. You'll be hearing from the following key people. Mr. Greg Cam, our Independent Chair, will present first. Mr. Cam will provide a broad overview of the past year on behalf of the Australian Food Super Board. Michael Sykes, our Chief Executive Officer, will give you an operational update, and you'll also hear from Travis Schoenleber from our investment consultancy firm, Cambridge Associates. Travis will provide an overview of the fund's performance over the year relative to global markets and other super funds. Our final speaker today is Daniel Musson, Chief Experience Officer, who will talk about client services and the ways in which we strive to serve our members. At the end of the meeting, I'll provide answers to some questions that members sent in prior to today's session. You can ask a question during the meeting by using the question and answer function within Zoom, which is located at the bottom right of your screen. We may not have time to answer questions submitted today, but we will post written responses to all questions as well as minutes of this meeting to our website in the coming days. Please note that if you have a question about your personal account or circumstances, you will need to call the hotline number 1800-808-614 for your privacy. We cannot answer personal questions at this session. This concludes the administrative side of things. I would now like to introduce Mr. Greg Cam, who has been the chair of the Australian Food Super Board for 7 years. With over 20 years of experience on various boards, including Bank Australia Limited and the Australian Cancer Research Foundation, Greg also brings over 40 years of experience in the financial services industry to his role as chair, including 3 successful CEO roles in banking, wealth management, life insurance, and superannuation. Over to you, Greg.
Thank you, Justine, and good afternoon to all our members joining us today. This year has been one of both opportunity and transition for your fund. In September last year, Murray Rutherford retired as Chief Executive after more than a decade of service to the fund. He was appointed CEO 7 years ago, and during his tenure, the size of the fund increased by more than 70%, and it consolidated its position as the leading industry super fund serving the meat sector. A significant milestone under his leadership was the strategic name change to Australian Food Super, expanding our target market to the broader food production sector. This forward-looking initiative is expected to strengthen the fund's position in the years to come. Of equal importance has been the performance of the fund's MySuper product, where the majority of members are invested. It has consistently delivered competitive investment returns and fees, and in fact, our product maintains a fee position below the median for MySuper options in the industry, whilst investment returns over the medium and long term are at or above the industry median. So on behalf of the board, I extend our thanks to Murray for his dedication and service and wish him every success in his future endeavours. We were pleased to welcome Michael Sykes as the fund's new Chief Executive in March this year. He brings extensive leadership experience in the industry super sector, including CEO, Deputy CEO and Senior Finance roles. The board is confident that Michael's strategic insight, governance expertise and member-first focus will position the fund strongly for the future. We also farewell 2 long-serving directors from the board, Frank Rayside and Jeff Yarram, who we thank for their contribution over many years. And we welcome new directors, Amanda Carter, Russell Mason, Grant Ryan and Grant Spencer, who bring diverse skills and significant experience to the board from both the meat and finance sectors. The year was also shaped by challenging market conditions in the local economy and the wider geopolitical sphere. Anyone watching the TV news would be painfully aware of the year's events around the world. Despite these challenges, your fund has remained resilient. Our long-term investment strategy, disciplined approach to risk management, and focused on cost efficiency continue to support the fund's objective of helping members achieve a secure and dignified retirement. Looking ahead, the board remains committed to strong governance, sustainable growth, and ensuring members receive competitive long-term returns. With a clear strategy, experienced leadership, and a strong foundation, Australian Food Super is well placed to continue delivering for its members. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my fellow board members for their contributions, to the management team and staff of the fund for their good work, to the employers who allow us into their work sites to assist our members in understanding superannuation, and finally, of course, our members for their continuing support of the fund. Back to you, Justine.
Thanks, Greg. Speaking next is Michael Sykes. Michael has extensive experience in the industry super sector, most recently as CEO of AvSuper, and before that as Deputy CEO of MTAA Super. Having a regional background, Michael jumped at the opportunity to work at a fund servicing the meat industry and the broader food industries, joining us as CEO in March this year.
Thanks, Justine, and good afternoon, members and other attendees. As Justine mentioned, it's been a privilege for me to step into the role of CEO at Australian Food Super, a fund with a proud track record of 40 years serving its members, both under our current name and previously as Amos Super. Over those 40 years, our purpose has remained unchanged: to increase the future financial security of our members. Superannuation can seem complex, so we continue to prioritise clarity and simplicity while delivering performance and support. As a smaller fund, our strength lies in our connection with our members, our employers, and our industry. This is reinforced through our worksite visits, dedicated client service managers such as Justine, and our in-house contact centre. During the financial year, we continued to enhance our services, our member education, and our communication. Dan Musson will go into more detail on what's been achieved shortly, but a few highlights for me include the launch of the Retire Smart Hub and the review of the fund's group insurance. We remain proud supporters of the food and meat industry. This year, we again sponsored the Butcher Wars at various meat stock events, along with AMEX state and national awards. We also commenced a new partnership with Casino Beef Week, supporting both the industry and the local community. As Greg mentioned, our 2025 investment performance has again been positive, and our long-term performance has continued to exceed both our investment objectives and our relative benchmarks. Travis, our investment consultant, will provide further overview about our investment performance shortly. As a not-for-profit fund, our fees represent the costs of running the fund. Therefore, it's essential we manage our finances tightly and get value for our members. We did see an increase in investment costs in the last financial year, mainly due to the cost of acquiring new investments. A big part of these costs was stamp duty and legal fees associated with several new property purchases. This included a North Queensland cattle property, as well as some other agricultural properties in Victoria and Tasmania. Despite this uptick in transaction costs and our smaller size, our total fees remain lower than many larger funds. 2025 again saw a large amount of regulatory change, and pleasingly, we've been able to navigate this well. We've also been focused on strengthening our cybersecurity to protect your personal information and accounts from potential threats. For us, it's important that we balance the convenience of technology with the right level of security. A recent example was our introduction of compulsory multi-factor authentication, both for the member app and portal in July. While this function had previously been optional, we determined that given the increase in threats, it was important enough to make it compulsory across the membership. And while it may not be as convenient for some, it does add a layer of additional comfort. Throughout the year, there's been a lot of other work going on behind the scenes, reviewing processes and controls and systems, and this is going to continue. While the fund was not impacted by the cybersecurity breach reported for some larger funds in April, that event highlights the importance for all funds to remain focused on these threats. Since then, there has been united work amongst super funds and across the super industry to continue to improve information and defences against threats. The fund has some key service providers who are experts in their field and support us in our operations. We do reassess arrangements regularly to ensure we have the right fit. We had some changes of providers for different reasons in the last financial year. For example, after reviewing our member insurance arrangements, we transferred the fund's group life insurance to TAL Life. And also with the National Australia Bank's decision to leave the custody market, we engaged BNP Paribas as our new investment custodian. Our key providers are listed both in the fund's annual report and on our website. I thank all our providers for their continuing support of the fund. I also acknowledge the professionalism and dedication of our board and staff. Their collective efforts ensure that we continue to deliver the best possible outcomes for our members and our employers. Finally, I thank all our members for your continued trust and support. As we have for the last 40 years, we will remain committed to ensuring that the fund provides you with value, performance, and personalised service. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael. Now I'd like to introduce Travis Schoenleber from Cambridge Associates. For over 50 years, Cambridge Associates has been a leading voice in building institutional quality portfolios for its clients, and as our investment consultant, Travis, will be explaining how they assist the fund with achieving its investment goals and giving you a snapshot of how the fund has performed in the last year in relation to markets. Over to you, Travis.
Thank you, Justine. As the investment consultant for Australian Food Super, we are privileged to be employed on behalf of members to assist the fund's team in achieving the best risk-adjusted results possible across investment options. We are fiduciaries and stewards of capital alongside the Australian Food Super team and trustees. Our objective is to provide the best investment framework, asset allocation advice, and overall investment advice we have on offer. Australian Food Super has navigated the last few years of high volatility and uncertainty well, with long-term above median returns. Although tariff fears have subsided, inflation remains reasonable, employment remains strong, and interest rates have stabilized, geopolitical uncertainty and higher valuations could lead to more volatility in the intermediate term. The Australian Food Super portfolio is well positioned to navigate challenges ahead. The fund has a straightforward approach, relevant to members in multiple ways focused on value for fees, appropriate insurance, and quality servicing. When it comes to investing, we assist the team and trustees by working with investment managers to lower fees to the greatest extent possible, ensuring best practices are employed with alignment across objectives, policies, compliance, and investment allocations, working with the investment team to reduce costs and increase returns via the use of unlisted investments in infrastructure and property, providing risk modeling and long-term strategy advice to maximize return at an appropriate level of risk in each option. Specifically, Australian Food Super strives to be great value for members. The team negotiates hard for fee reductions on behalf of members and will only spend money when they can answer yes to the simple question, is it the right thing for our members? As a global investment consultant, Cambridge Associates works with 700 large institutions and over 150 retirement funds. We work with over 20 large institutions and 8 super funds in Australia. We leverage over 150 colleagues across the globe that only focus on investment research to ensure that we are bringing the best ideas to the fund's portfolio. We leverage our work with retirement funds across the globe for advice on similar investment areas, such as interest rates and inflation. Our work with local super funds and APRA provides policy, objective, and benchmarking guidance. Our collaboration with our global colleagues and clients ensures that we bring the best ideas from across the globe to the Australian Food Super team. Although a higher allocation to unlisted assets resulted in below median performance for the most recent period, the longer-term returns remain solid. Listed shares were the largest contributors to performance in the financial year 2025. This meant that funds with unlisted assets lagged slightly. However, the unlisted assets are high quality with strong long-term growth potential. The above median results over multi-year periods are a result of the efforts by the team and trustees to reduce fees, enhance returns, and reduce risk through diversification. Australian Food Super has continued to source unique investments across private equity and property that have increased the risk-adjusted returns of members' portfolios. These investments are an important component of the fund's investment strategy and have significantly contributed to Australian Food Super's strong performance relative to other super funds. Members have access to several investment options that suit their different circumstances and preferences. This gives members the opportunity to spread their super savings across different investment types, should they choose to do so. Member feedback consistently supports a combination of low fees and good returns without too much risk. So safeguarding member money while earning a better than average growth on their investments is a clear goal for Australian Food Super. The MySuper option, for example, has a medium to high risk level, like the majority of funds in the industry, with negative returns expected in 4 out of every 20 years. Actual results have been only 4 of the last 35 years. The average return per annum over the last 10 years of 7.18% for Australian Food Super's MySuper option is a good, solid, long-term return. In broad terms, the fund invests in assets via debt, loans, or equity shares, where the money is used to create a real good or service. The fund will also invest in unlisted markets with holdings in infrastructure and property that have stable income streams that increase over time. And it invests in privately held businesses where there can be better opportunity for growth in businesses not available in the listed share market. Australian Food Super does not invest in cryptocurrencies, does not trade foreign currency or oil or any commodity for speculation, betting that it will go up or go down. As always, Australian Food Super's decisions to make any investment will be made through a robust due diligence process, supported by Cambridge Associates global resources focused on achieving the best results for members, that is, safeguarding member money while earning a better than average growth on investments. Thank you.
Great update. Thank you, Travis. Looking now to client services and member experience, I'd like to introduce Daniel Musson, our Chief Experience Officer.
Thanks, Jaz, and good evening, everyone. My name's Dan Musson. I'm the Chief Experience Officer at Australian Food Super. This past year has been one of continuing transformation as we consolidated our new entity, Australian Food Super. Our focus has been on deepening our connection with members and employers while continuing to deliver the low fees, strong returns and personalised service that set us apart. As we've evolved from Amos Super to Australian Food Super, our priority has remained clear: to ensure members and employers feel supported, informed and confident in the choices they make for their financial future. Whilst we acknowledge that there's still more work to do to emulate the brand connection that Amist had with the meat industry, our vision is a long-term one focused on delivering for employers and members the unsung heroes that deliver consistently high-quality food from paddock to plate. Over the past year, we've continued to build on the strong foundations we put in place through our transformation. Specifically, we have fully embedded our in-source contact centre and insurance claim teams, giving members more responsive and personalised support when they need it most. Delivered improved access through our mobile application that ensure members have access to information on their phones. We've launched and expanded our Retirement Smart Hub, providing members with access to tools, learning modules, and expert insights that help them plan, act, and make confident decisions about their retirement. And we've enhanced our employer support programs, making it easier for businesses to manage their super obligations and provide quality retirement solutions for their teams. Our members continue to choose Australian Food Super even as they move across industries because of the real value we provide. For our low fees, we continue to work hard to keep costs down so that more of every dollar goes towards building your retirement. As Travis outlined, our strong investment performance and disciplined investment approach continues to deliver competitive long-term returns for members. Our built-in insurance ensures many of our members who work in physically demanding industries where affordable insurance can be hard to obtain, it's accessible to them through Australian Food Super. 55% of our members have life, total permanent disablement and income protection cover, giving them peace of mind and protection for their families. And personalised service. Our dedicated field team continues to meet members where they work, in lunchrooms, on-site and at industry events, to offer real face-to-face guidance. The two Robs, Glenn and Justine, continue to travel the country, ensuring our members get the support they deserve. While we grow as Australian Food Super, we remain deeply committed to the industries that have built us. We are proud to continue supporting the Australian Food Super Butcher Awards at Meatstock and our long-standing partnership with the Australian Meat Industry Council Sausage King competition, which celebrates the craft and innovation of our dedicated butchers. But supporting members means preparing them for a better life after work. That's why this year we placed an even greater focus on education and advice, empowering members to make informed, confident decisions about their super and their retirement goals. Our Retirement Hub is central to this. It provides easy access to educational content and practical tools to personalised guidance that help members take control of their super and make the most of their opportunities available to them. Now, in the test for our technology, we're going to try and do a quick video here, which may or may not work. Look at that. Fantastic. Let me just give you a quick 60-second walkthrough of the navigation of some of the tools that are available. Navigating the Retirement Smart Hub is easy from the homepage, and once you're there, you can access a range of learning modules. These are short videos that provide on-demand micro-learning with a translation capability that allows you to read the content in your native language while watching on your phone or other device. Once you've watched that, it's easy to head back into the Retirement Smart Hub, Retire Smart Hub. And from there, as you'll see in just a moment, you can head back to the Retirement Smart Hub, and then you can access a range of practical fact sheets, forms, tools, and pathways to personalised guidance, helping members take control of their super and make the most of their opportunities. One of the practical tools we like is our guide to the 8 simple steps that empower you to take control of your retirement. By following those 8 simple steps, we can break down some of the complexity and, as Michael said earlier, make it accessible for our members. So whether you're starting out mid-career or approaching retirement, the Hub helps you learn, plan and act with confidence, because we believe that informed members make better decisions, and better decisions lead to better retirements. As we look to the year ahead, our focus remains on every member, helping every member optimise their retirement outcomes through strong investment performance, education and genuine personal support. And on behalf of the entire team at Australian Food Super, thank you for your continued trust and membership. We look forward to continuing to serve you on the road, over the phone, on the web or in person as your trusted partner in achieving a better retirement. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Dan. That includes the formal presentations for today's member meeting, but we have time for a few member questions sent through. First one is, a number of members have asked about what happens to their super when they leave Australia after being here on a working visa. I can help answer that one. Firstly, you can only claim your super if you have left Australia permanently and your working visa has either expired or been cancelled. There are also a number of conditions that must be met, and if you meet those, you can then receive your super entitlements as a departing Australia superannuation payment, DASP. To make a claim for a DASP, go to the Australian Tax Office website and apply online. It's a free service. Visit www.ato.gov.au and search for DASP, which stands for Departing Australia Superannuation Payments. We have also set up all the steps you need to follow on our website. Visit www.ozfoodsuper.com.au and click on the Departing Australia menu option on the left-hand side of the homepage. You'll find this information translated into Samoan, Fijian and Tok Pisin. Also, the PALM, Pacific Australia Labour Mobility Scheme website also provides superannuation guides in different languages. Our contact centre is available to answer any questions. Call the team on 1800 808 614 or send an email to service@ozfoodsuper.com.au and ask for assistance. They can take you through these steps. Next, a member has emailed through this question. How good is my super versus the other super in Australia, and is this super fund in the top 10? Michael, would you like to answer this question?
Sure, Justine, can you hear me? Thanks to the member for your question. I think when you're talking about how good and comparing super funds, you need to consider things like the fund's investment performance, its fees and costs, the insurance offering of the fund, the services that the fund provides, and how the fund is run. For Australian Food Super, we're always looking at how we can improve each of those areas to provide great outcomes for members. Greg's covered out how the fund's run today in terms of his session around governance, and certainly outlined some of the calibre of our board in terms of our management and staff. Also, Travis has talked about our investment performance, which continues to deliver solid results. The majority of our members are invested in our My Super option, probably around 90% of our members. This option ranks in the top 50% of comparable funds over 5 years and has consistently passed the government's performance test. I mentioned our fees earlier in the presentation, and they remain among some of the lowest in the industry. Our insurance offering is designed for our membership and their occupations and continues to offer affordable protection. There'll be some funds where some of our occupations aren't actually offered insurance. Member satisfaction remains high, with 75% of our surveyed members recently rating our service 8 out of 10. We remain financially sustainable, keeping costs low and focusing on personal service, as Dan's just outlined. Our member outcomes assessment is probably a good source of information. It's available on our website at the address shown on this slide and is updated every year. The 30 June 2025 update will be available for viewing online in December, so available shortly. In addition, if you're looking for another source to compare, the ATO offers a simple comparator tool to review funds across long-term investment performance and fees. I hope this assists.
Thanks, Michael. We have another question from a member holding a temporary work visa in relation to insurance. The member asks if it's possible to apply for TPD insurance while working in Australia. Dan, could I pass this one to you?
Well, thanks, Josh. As Michael said, insurance is a really important part of our offer to our members. It's been specifically designed for our membership and the industries that they generally work in. One of the important things to understand about our insurance cover that's provided through your super account is that most members, including those who are on a temporary visa, will automatically receive their life, total permanent disability, the TPD, and income protection insurance. Once they reach these two milestones, they're over the age of 25 and they have a balance of over $6,000. In that case, you'll default in and you don't need to do anything. It'll just be available for you. You can check your level of cover at any time by going into the member app, which gives you access, online access to your account via our member access portal, and you can see within there whether your insurance is active. If you're under 25, and you want to opt in for that insurance cover, then you can do that anytime by just going onto our website, ozfoodsuper.com.au, and click on the button I want insurance on the homepage. From there, you'll land on a screen and you can complete the opt-in form on our website. Or if you go to that forms menu, you'll be able to find the form to download yourself. Or alternatively, send an email to our contact centre at service@ozfoodsuper.com.au and request that form, and they'll send it back to you for that opt-in. You can also make changes to the level of insurance cover you have. There's ways you can update from the default, or take away different insurance covers and effectively to customise it for your needs. And all of those forms are available on our website under the forms menu, or again, by email, contact our contact centre, and they will happily help you at service@ozfoodsuper.com.au.
Thank you, Dan. One final question we have is, how do I update my beneficiaries? That is, how do I update who gets my super if I die? You can nominate your beneficiaries within Member Access, our secure portal that connects you to your account online. Once you're registered for Member Access, you can then download our member app, which gives you the flexibility of being able to access your account anytime on your mobile phone. And once you're there, you can check your account balance and insurance cover, view transactions, update your personal details, view and download your statement, and of course, change your beneficiaries. If you wish to complete a form instead, we do have a beneficiaries nomination form available under the forms menu of our website that Dan just mentioned. If you'd like to be emailed a form, send a request to service@ozfoodsuper.com.au. We are now at the end of our meeting, so it's time to wrap things up. As mentioned earlier, the minutes of this meeting, plus written responses to the questions answered today, as well as any other questions that we didn't have time for, will be provided in the coming days on the Australian Food Super website. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our member meeting for 2025. On behalf of Australian Food Super, I thank you for your time and hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.